We are Mr. and Mrs. Adventure.
And today we're going to talk about everything you need to know about long-term travel in a Sprinter van.
We're 10 months on the road and we got some great tips for you
that you're going to want to hear and you're going to want to make note of. So let's get started. We've been on the road for 10 months, as Drew said, traveling across America and Canada in our 21-foot
Dodge Sprinter van. Has a little kitchen, it has a queen-size bed. It's got all the amenities for living quite nicely.
It even has a bathroom. It has a shower, but we don't use the shower because of the fact that the Sprinter van holds 26 gallons of water. So if we were to shower, we'd use our water like that. As far as daily duties like dishwashing, cooking, it's all extremely easy to do in our Sprinter van, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much as easy as it gets being on the road and camping. It's so much more glamorous than living in a tent.
And I honestly find it easier to cook in the van than I do in a real kitchen. Now when I have a real kitchen, I'm like...
Really? Why?
I don't know what to do with all the stuff in a normal kitchen. There's like things everywhere, more spices than I need, more plates than I'll use.
So we have just a couple bowls, we have a couple mugs.
One of our favorite
really
things,
about 2 saucepans. We keep things pretty minimal as far as all the equipment for cooking.
We do have really nice silverware that was my mom's grandma's, which I think is our favorite thing.
Yeah.
One day...
It feels glamorous to eat off of silver utensils.
It does.
When we're out.
One day
in a place like this. We're in Cactus Country. We're right near Saguaro National Park.
Yes. One day when we have a house, I think we'll be really happy to look at that silverware and remember our van memories.
Yeah, it's been fond memories the past 10 months.
But moving on to our next point, showering in the van. Like we said, we don't do that. What we do is...
We do?
We don't do in the van. That's another point. The van is reserved for number one.
What was the term you wanted to call the restroom in the van?
Using the loo.
That's Brittany's French heritage for you. Keeping it classy.
It's more British, but sure. They're neighboring countries.
European heritage. Let's put it that way.
That works. Well, I guess we can jump to that point. For numero dos, we resort to public restrooms.
Yeah, that can be Walmart, that can be restaurants, that can be Starbucks. There's
Fitness.
Tons of places, and we try to just use the bathroom out and about as much as possible. That helps to keep the frequency in which we need to dump less. And
that's Drew's job.
Yeah, I take care of those outdoor maintenance duties. Those are part of the chores. Yeah, we have to dump, get rid of the black water, the gray water, just like you'd have in a normal RV, but ours is just mini size because of the limitations of the Sprinter size.
And it's pretty simple. Basically my job is after he's pulled all the levers and everything's rinsed and clean and empty.
I give a knock and go, "Hey babe, did you wash the toilet? Did you fill it up with water?" Drain everything through and kind of give it a good cleanse.
I do a final rinse of water so it all washes out, and then I pour some bleach and some lavender scented detergent.
Yeah, we actually learned that's a huge tip for traveling. A lot of people think you need to get the scents for RV specific at the store.
But honestly,
those things do not work, so we are recommended. They are expensive.
Don't smell good.
Just use simple fabric softener or laundry detergent.
Yeah.
And those work great. Once in a while we use bleach, but that's a little harsher on the pipes and the gaskets, components.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it gives a nice scent. So, tip number 1.
Yeah. Or number 10. I don't know what we're
on
now.
Somewhere in the mix.
But back to Anytime Fitness.
Showering.
Yes. With over 2,000 locations across
North America.
Yeah, including Montreal and Canada, which was one of our favorite ones. Really great staff. It's kind of fun to travel to all the different little gyms in different little towns and cities. We love when they have, at least 3 restrooms, right? So we can both shower without feeling the pressure of someone needing to use the bathroom. They're great because we can work out a little bit and shower after a long hike.
It's a great combination to life on the road because there's no reason that we need to shower in our own unit when we can can go get a little workout, we can shower, feel clean, and
Yeah.
ready to go for the next day. We shower every usually 2 to 3 days.
Or every day, depending
Yeah.
on what town we're in.
I think I've showered the last 3 days.
That's a record.
Close to, yeah.
Yeah. It's also nice to have a little feeling of home and like something you know you can go to.
Absolutely.
It's nice. Okay, next up, we have parking. So it's not as hard as you'd think to park and either boondock,
Yeah.
which is what we do probably like 85, 90%
When we started
of
off,
the
we
time.
downloaded an app called RV Overnight, and we were always looking for recommendations of where to stay. This included rest stops, Walmarts, Sam's Clubs, and various travel plazas.
Yeah.
But then the more we traveled, the more we realized when you have a van that's this size, rather than a big RV or a big truck, you can get away in parking in a lot more places because
Like
you look less
neighborhoods.
discreet. So
Plus, those travel centers and things like that, they're loud. Even
Yeah.
Walmarts, they have like
people turn on generators,
Yeah.
leaf blowers,
Oh.
people slamming doors.
street cleaners. Though sometimes we had that problem in up in Big Sur in Monterey Bay. The street cleaner went by at least 5 times, and we're like, the street is clean. Let us sleep. But no, neighborhoods have worked great. As long as you're respectful, you know, we brush our teeth, we get ready for bed, and then we go find our parking spot. So we're not
Exactly.
making noise, we're not turning on the water pump. We close our curtains the moment we park. We hop in bed, we read,
Sometimes we put a movie on the laptop, just depends.
Yeah, that's how we watch movies or watch anything. We just have DVDs, which go in my laptop.
And if we're really lucky, we're close enough to Anytime Fitness or a Starbucks where we can actually stream Wi-Fi directly from the van.
Which is wonderful, yeah.
So we'll go and get a coffee earlier in the day and then use the Wi-Fi in the evening. Works out great.
Our van does have a coffee maker, which is good to note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't use it much. We're
I'm a tea
occasional
drinker.
coffee drinkers, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
No addictions here.
No, that's right. We're free.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did parking. Or anything else on parking?
We have parked several times
Oh.
kind of out in the boonies too. BLM land, which is Bureau of Land Management, or OHV areas, which is for off-roading. Those we tend to find great alternatives to being in a busy place or a rest area.
I have an important note.
yeah.
You're going to want leveling blocks. You can buy them, which are super bright and unnecessary
They come in a
to
pack,
buy, but, I mean, it's not
kind
terrible.
of cube at Walmart. But
we
they're
did
bright
wood.
orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the alternative to that is go to the lumber store and get sections cut off maybe about 2 foot and 1 foot, and you can make pyramids to raise the vehicle on the driver's side or passenger or the front and the back of the vehicle.
And we have little levelers stuck inside of the Sprinter so that we can see, you know, where exactly, or is it level yet. Also, the fridge does not run well. The pipes get clogged if the car is parked or for more than, 4 hours or something?
Yeah, it depends on the situation and the temperature outside, but
So be level. We didn't know that at first. And
Yeah.
I think we messed up our fridge.
yeah, it's definitely nice to get a good night's rest when you're level and not
Just like
head to
squishing
toe
each
or
other.
yeah,
Yeah.
with your feet way up in the air on a hill, which
Yeah.
we've
You wake up and
experienced a
your
couple
head's
times.
like throbbing. No, we haven't had it that bad.
Those
but
were beginning of the trip experiences.
in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
which we parked right in the city, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But next point is food. Like Drew mentioned, we have a kitchen, a mini fridge, a double stovetop burner, a microwave. We have some simple go-to meals, like we are constantly making eggs because they stay very well in our fridge, whether it's super cold or not, depending on how it's doing. We like making turkey chili from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is great.
Yeah, they're a huge supplier of all of our food needs.
Yes,
Brittany's favorite store to shop at.
I want Trader Joe's. I'm
If
reaching
you're
out
watching
for
this,
you
yes, we want you to
for
sponsor
sponsorship.
us because we
You
love.
and your Joe's O's.
Yeah, we love your marketing too. So
Yeah, very adventure filled.
clever on the bags.
So if you're a foreigner and you don't know what Trader Joe's is, find one. They're everywhere and they're great.
Yep, great value and very
yeah.
fresh food.
Oh, we also have like a little cooler that we've strapped on, like an external section of our van, which you've probably seen in some photos on our posts.
This doubles over as a seat, pantry cover,
Yeah.
and
Maybe a cutting board sometimes.
yeah, we've
but-
used it. We've taken it out of the van in different occasions, but
Yeah, for Burning Man, another post on that. But we don't really put ice in it or anything. It's just our pantry.
exactly.
It's great for added storage. After that, we have clothing. I think we'd both bring a third of the clothing that we brought. Drew's jacket here.
We bring a third?
We would.
You mean we would bring a third?
Yeah.
If
so
we could repack the van and know what we know now.
We would have left 2/3 of it back. I would have a big, wonderful down jacket like that.
I'm not sure why I'm wearing this right now.
It must be hot.
It's quite
I'm
warm.
even hot.
All right, I'm hot. I'm gonna take my jacket off.
It was cold this
We're
morning.
both changing right now.
Wardrobe change. Children, turn away.
Cameraman, cut that film real quick. Psych is just.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. Drew's stuck to his cactus. Well, while he does that.
Yeah, yesterday I got 2 cactuses. One stuck in the shoulder and one was stuck in my shoe as I was walking, and I stuck it right into the side of my shin calf. And those suckers hurt, man.
I don't know why you're attracting them so much. I haven't run into one yet. So
yeah, those hurt. They have like barbs. They just hold right into your skin, and when you pull them out, it's like
it hurts. So I think we would both have a down jacket. He just got that one. We were missing that a long time. Definitely long johns. I have 2 different pairs. Definitely beanies. Some workout clothes.
It depends where you're going, ultimately.
Yeah.
So if you're going to destinations where it's cold, you have to be prepared for those things. If it's warm, you need a lot less. Board shorts and a tank top will do.
But you'll want to know too that when you wear clothes, the more that you have, the more laundry you're going to have.
That's just what I was going to think we should hit on is laundry.
Yeah.
How do we do laundry? Tell us.
We either have wonderful friends who offer us their washer and dryer. We go to a laundromat, which is not our favorite thing to do because they tend to be pricey.
What do you think a typical wash runs?
Like 2 to 3.
That's probably more a question for me. Brittany's not so
I'm not good
much
with
on the
numbers.
numbers.
Yeah.
Anywhere from $1.50, depending on the size of the load, to maybe $3 for a load that would handle a washing load that would handle maybe 5 loads at once.
Yeah. After Burning Man, we had to pour vinegar into the washing machine. Yeah, that was. But it didn't smell. The clothes didn't smell.
Yeah,
It
so
got them very
we do
clean.
laundry every 2 weeks to a month usually, depending on the situation, where we're going to be, and also planning moving forward to our next destination.
So again, in reference to how much clothes to bring, we find ourselves honestly re-wearing like a t-shirt. Because if you're driving, you're not very much sweating or anything like that. But if you are sweating and you're biking or hiking for days on end, you are going to want to have changes. Bring lots of undies because you want to change those every day. Warm socks. I think that's good.
Think as though you're going on a trip and you want anywhere for your clothes to be between the quantity of a carry-on and maybe a big suitcase. You don't need any more than a big suitcase worth of clothing.
Yeah, and
that includes your warm clothes and your summer clothes.
I honestly, like, if you can think and tell yourself that you're going to tend to overpack, at least prepare yourself for the idea that you're going to want to bring more than you need and maybe just cut back a little bit and you'll still bring more than you need.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Then we have gear. So underneath our bed, we have our garage.
That was the biggest amend to our Sprinter from the way we got it as it was purchased, is raise the bed up because there was all kinds of room that was up for your head. But it was like, wait, we need a good spot inside the vehicle rather than storing things externally on it where we could put our gear.
We want to be incognito, and we got a ton
especially
of
for when
gear.
you're going into cities. If we were staying out in parks and rural areas, maybe having it outside would be a little different, but
we like to be versatile.
So what do you think is the most important piece of gear that we have?
Well,
I would say our bicycles, without question.
Oh, yeah. That's
Without
very
question.
true.
We
I
both
was stuck
have
on the
mountain
tripod
bikes.
because I'm staring at the tripod. I'm like, that's a gear, right?
That is
what
gear.
category of gear are we thinking? Also, our little portable grill is wonderful to have.
These lawn chairs, these have came in handy in many places.
Some things we have not used. We have not done overnight backpacking trips. So unfortunately, we have not used our wonderful JanSport backpacking packs yet. What else? We love having our sleeping bags.
Those double over as beanbag chairs and pillows, so
Yeah,
you put them in a larger
in
scrunch bag.
What else?
We brought a blender, totally useless.
Yeah, I don't.
We
like
had great
blender.
intentions to bring it, but just didn't happen. We never had ice because we had some refrigerator troubles.
Also, art gear. I love making art. I brought way too much art gear, and I don't have much space to make it. So simplify your life. Bring either like a palette of watercolors or a book and some good, fine-tipped Sharpies, and you pretty much are set.
We have a hammock. That's always exciting to throw up between the trees.
Hammocks.
Yep.
If you want to see what our garage looks like, you can check our Instagram.
That's our storage area under the bed.
Yeah.
We refer to it as the garage. It's awesome.
Mr. and Mrs. Adventure, at Mr. and Mrs. Adventure. We have some good insider photos of that.
Yeah. And check out the Adventure Mobile video also in our video feed.
That'll probably be the most helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is a question mark. Our thoughts on pets. So, I would love to have a pet in our van, like a van cat or a van
Brittany
dog.
grew up with cats.
I did. But regardless, whether it's a dog or a cat or a fish.
I grew up with a dog, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we both come from backgrounds that we both had animals, and so we've thought, hey, maybe we should bring one along on the road.
But I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah. A lot of it has to do with, we do big long trips during the days, hikes, go out exploring the city, and to leave something in our vehicle just wouldn't be fair to it. So really got to think about the animal's needs and how that would be.
Yeah, it'd be hard because either the cat is going to need a litter box, first of all. It's going to want to go outside, or it's going to need to stay inside, but it's not going to be happy stuck inside. So anyway, do your pets a favor and leave them with a friend if you have a pet, I would say. Otherwise, I don't know, if you're not going to leave the van much and you're going to hang out and always have your dog with you, then maybe it's a great idea. It depends.
Yeah, I would say if you're planning to go more into like cities and spend days out and about, probably not a good idea. If you plan to live a little bit slower and spend time with them, could be a good idea. But for us, not what we need.
Not yet. All right, and then we have a couple more things. Traveling alone versus traveling with a partner. Alone is probably lonelier. You don't have someone to share it with, but at the same time, like, maybe you're on an internal self-exploratory journey and you need to like have space to yourself. You want to explore the world, see what calls your name, and just do your thing and meet people along the way. Honestly, when you're alone, you probably make more random friends, which is great, but traveling with
we make a lot of friends too.
Yeah, exactly. So. And traveling with your partner, you find a way to make friends with yourself and your partner in so many different circumstances. Like, it is day in and day out trying to figure out how to work together as a team, which is hard sometimes, especially if we're getting married. We got
our rings like 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
It's real.
It's happening.
It's getting real.
We've had our moments definitely along this journey, but
and our freakouts.
It's taught us a lot.
And we can talk to each other about anything. And
we're going to do another video on this segment because there's a lot more that we can go into on
so stay tuned.
This topic.
Our final, unless we think of something else, is expenses / budget. So between, our groceries, we don't really go out to eat much unless we're like, oh my gosh, give me some Chipotle. Or our friends want to take us to a restaurant that they just love.
Majority of the time that we go out to eat is with friends because it's just a great way to interact and spend time with other people.
And get to know a place.
Yeah.
But
definitely
again,
you get an element of culture for that particular area, region, or city by dining.
It's important to do, but also we can reach out through our blog and sometimes they can comp us a meal and we'll share with you all the experience and photos.
Absolutely. Which has been some of the really nice moments along this journey, so it's a balance.
So that's one expense. On top of that, then there's gas. We use Gas Buddy, the app. We always get the least expensive diesel there is. He's great at that. That's his thing.
Yeah, thank you, Gas Buddy. You are a buddy. But you have saved us quite a bit of money throughout this journey.
And also another thing we do that saves us
to
money.
date, really quick, we've done about 21,000 miles, and we get about 20 to 21 miles per gallon. So it's about 1,000 gallons of diesel that we've put through the vehicle.
The Sprinter's a really great way to travel.
Yeah.
It's like not going larger than 22 feet.
A lot of reasons for that is you can get in trouble at meters because you can't fit into them. So it's really good size. Also, some of the national parks have a limitation of 24 foot.
Even like
so,
height-wise.
There was Baxter State Park in Maine. The vehicle could only be 9 feet wide. No, 9.5 feet high by 7 feet wide and no more than 22 foot long. So we were just within the requirements for that. So
we're actually a little bit over, but they were all right with
just
that.
on height though, that was the only issue.
Our little AC unit.
Yeah, pops up.
But then what else as far as budget? Taking care of business, like Drew mentioned, like dumping the tanks and all of that. We have a frequent flyer Flying J card or something like that.
It's a rewards card at Flying J.
Got it, it's great.
It gives us $7 off each time we dump our waste there at their facilities. So it makes it $3.
Not 10.
Yeah.
It's great.
So that's a big savings. Like we talked about, the gym membership, that's a great way to go. Depending on the location, prices can vary.
Another thing is like souvenirs and keepsakes and stuff. It's really hard because we're like, ooh, we should get this so we can give this to people when we get somewhere. But then we're like, you know what? Like, maybe we're the gift. We need to focus on us and our time more than things. But every once in a while, we'll get a cool patch. We love our patches. Love patches. We'll make our own. Maybe we already have our own. Who knows? And stickers. Stickers are the same deal. Postcards, if they're really cool, we'll save those.
I've been collecting Smash Pennies since a kid.
Yes, so. Smash Pennies. Those are his jam.
It's my jam.
And,
got a lot of those. 51 cents.
I mean, is there anything else you really spend money on?
Once in a while we need equipment or something, flat tire on bicycles, or the van we had a flat.
Educational materials is what we tend to spend money on.
We're trying to invest in ourselves and learn how to edit photos,
how to start a podcast,
take better photography. So
we're all over the board. But really, I think
the biggest expenses really, when it comes down to, is once you have the van, you don't have to worry about lodging, so that's a big saver. Once in a while we'll pay for campgrounds, maybe once a month at most that we really do that.
Yes. The last thing, which we didn't even write down, but I was thinking, as far as like knowing where to go or planning your trip, making your little map of where you want to hit up and start, stop, people to visit, things like that. Give yourself more time. Don't overbook yourself. You're going to want to travel probably slower than you know even right now. Like,
you're going to think, I want to go here, 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 and here. Leave room to allow other things to fill in the holes, and in that, leave time. Just leave time.
We're going to do more of this van life travel. This is chapter 1. This is only the beginning. Because of our wedding, that's the only reason we're kind of taking a little
We'd stay on the West Coast
breather.
For many more months if we could right now.
We would.
But we're on our way back east. We're, like I said, just outside Tucson, Arizona, in Saguaro National Park.
Yes. So I would say when we do this again, I think we would give ourselves less deadlines. We wouldn't tell someone we're going to be here by this point and we're going to be there for this thing. You would just let yourself go. Just enjoy the journey. Because if you're rushing through the journey to get to a destination, you're going to miss half of it. And then if you get to that destination and you got another destination to make within a certain amount of time, So just enjoy. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy each other.
Enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Living in a van has been a great experience, and like we said, we want to do it more and continue this lifestyle.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more.
Adventure folks.
Adios from Mr. and Mrs. Adventure, and if you want to find out more or see some of the places we've been, visit our website, mrandmrsadventure.com.
That's it. Same on Instagram, same on Periscope, and same on Twitter minus the word and.
Yep.
So, all right.
We'll see you next time.
Till next time.